Well, it's been a tale of two halves. Don't go mathematically. If you look at the first 10 overs of any game, we generally look at the power play and then what happens after the power play. And if you divide it that way, 6 overs, 75 for one in the power play. And since then, 19 for two is what Chennai have scored. Even Moeen Ali, the rampaging Moeen Ali, has slowed down to 70 or 31. And if you can imagine, we are saying that he slowed down to 70 or 31, what he must have been at the end of the power play. Cricbuzz Comm Box, Harsha, that's quite a contrast between the first six and the next four.
And I can assure you that nobody has crept up during the timeout and changed the surface. It is still the same surface. If you saw some of the shots Moeen Ali was playing, he was hitting on the rise. He was trusting the surface completely. He knew exactly where the ball was going to come. It's a surface. It's a designer batting surface, there's no doubt. But I think that wicket of Conway, then suddenly Jagdishan comes in. Does he belong at this level? Is he a bit tense? Is he a bit nervous? Now Raidu's come in. So you look at that card and there's only one person who scored at better than run a ball. And you're scoring at 9.4 and over. It's almost as if in a complete desert, there is this oasis and a beautiful garden in between. So,
and what's happened in this oasis, or if it's a mirage or not, it could just be another wicket. There's a check for a clean catch, but otherwise it's been an edge to slip. The umpires are just checking that it has carried to slip, and if it has, that's going to be another blow, and the brakes firmly put on. From 75 for two, it could be 95 for four, Harsha.
And I mean, you talked about the two halves. The first 2 overs, 3 runs. Okay, it's almost like I'm moving pawn for my first pawn forward. You're moving your first pawn forward, and then suddenly all the pieces came storming out. 72 of 4, and then suddenly 19 of 4. I mean, somebody's writing a script for this game, man. 72 and then 19. But who turned it around again? Quality spin. Quality spin and taking pace off again. Ubaid, McCoy, Chahal, Ashwin. You just need to have 5 quality bowlers if you want to turn it around. I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, what if their 4th and 5th bowlers were not world-class 4th and 5th bowlers? And one of the reasons Rajasthan Royals have been doing so well is their 5, for a proper 5 bowlers. So if anything goes wrong, they've still got a bowler to come hard at them. And that bowler was Ashwin. Ashwin and Chahal, and then McCoy.
I remember early on in the season, Harsha, we were on, and I think it may have been one of those days when either Bolt or Prasidh Krishna or both went for a few, and whoever the opposition was were running away with the game, much like Moeen Ali today. And you came on in the comm box and then in the mid-show going, forget everything else, focus on Ashwin and Chahal bowling together. Everything was about them.
And on a good surface. It's not like the ball is stopping. It's not like it's gripping, it's turning. No, this is just very clever bowling. And don't forget Ubaid McCoy. I mean, this time it's Chahal, but Ubaid McCoy, I think, has bowled really well. So, I mean, just back yourself. I think there's a big learning from this year's IPL, which you'll try and find when there's a transfer window on or in the next mini auction. People will just say, no, man, I need to play 5 quality bowlers. Gujarat Titans, 5 bowlers. Rashid Khan at 7, number 1. Rajasthan Royal, possibly number 2. 5 quality bowlers, and we've seen that today. The bowlers are pulling the game back.
Yeah. Also, Lucknow, quality bowlers. They could be 2 or they could be 3rd. So, not a coincidence.
No, bowlers win you championships. What is that old jungle saying when we used Phantom Comics? Yeah.
Well, if it's an old jungle saying, the king of the jungle is out there, MS Dhoni. He's gone out there to bat. And obviously, he's going to be in the company of Moeen Ali. If we have a look at the batting, there's no Shivam Dube to provide that kick at the end. So pretty much all up to MS Dhoni.
Yeah, that's it. Santner next. Yeah, the Santner next. And then I'm just looking down. After Santner, you're looking at Solanki, Simarjit Singh, Chaudhary, Patirana. So suddenly, they need to ensure there's no wickets lost. And 200, which seemed like, I'll just drive. I'll do a little pit stop at 200. No, that may not happen.
And that's going to be critical, Harsha, for Rajasthan, because they would not be. I mean, even if you say it's a fabulous pitch, in the situation they're in, wanting to get these runs, to get into second place, I think they'll be looking to restrict them. How much at this stage do you see, with this turnaround having happened, can Rajasthan restrict Chennai to?
Well, Okay, let's go where we are. We are 95 for 4 in the 11th over. 9 overs, 70 runs, 175. I mean, if they lose, if they take more wickets, then that may not happen. By the way, I think at some point we must talk about Sanju Samson's captaincy. We'll probably do that at the end of the game. He's put a slip in the 11th over.
Well, they've had to attack. They've had some good bowling to do it. It's been a transformation. That 6th over from Trent Boult, who started early on with an early wicket and completely transformed. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Where will this finally end up? Will it be a 165? Will it be a 190? We'll talk about all that at the end of the innings. For now, that's all we have on Cricbuzz Comm Box from Harsha and myself.